Good afternoon, fellow traders. Merry Christmas. It's the eve of Christmas Eve, December 23rd, and we had a nice little day today, up almost 4,000 again for 2 straight days. Now, I did take an overnight trade last night, and then this morning I was busy and I was not able to look at the market from around 8:30 or so until about 11. So I missed this entire area. I was not able to look at this at all. Missed a really nice setup on the Dow Jones. I very, very likely would have taken this. This is really in my wheelhouse, and that could have ended up as a very nice trade as the way it was. I did get a small little break and retest. If I would have held that trade, I could have got more. But coupled with the trade from last night put me into a pretty good position. I'll talk through that really quickly here. Looking at the trade from last night was on gold. And I took a rare hitchhiker setup. So let me back up just a little bit. Yesterday, I passed this Tradeify account, and I also passed these 5 Take Profit Trader accounts. And so last night, I had this Tradeify account live, and I was like, you know what? If I get an opportunity here, I'm going to take a trade. And I really liked this setup. We had just been doing this little stair step back into the 921 EMA area. And I was a little bit behind, a little bit hesitant on this entry, so I missed out a little bit here, but I really ended up with a pretty good trade. Jumped in there and rode that thing all the way up here. This was on this Tradeify account. So this is a hitchhiker setup for me. I was out for like $115 or something like that on the Apex accounts, and then this one here I actually had not set up my trade copier, so I entered this one with like 6 contracts at the same time. So I had a really, really nice trade on that account. And here's what I'm going to be doing as we go forward. So my Tradeify accounts are the accounts that I'm going to be pretty aggressive with. So basically, I'm going to be trading the Tradeify accounts at 3x. So if I'm in with 2 contracts on the Apex accounts, I'm going to be in with 6 contracts on the Tradeify. Lucid and Take Profit Trader, I'm going in with twice the size. So a little bit more aggressive, but not as much as what the Tradeify accounts. And so that's really how I'm going to trade this and see if I can push them along to payout and get a little bit aggressive. And if I lose some of these, it's not the end of the world. I really don't want to lose the Take Profit accounts, and I don't think I will at double the size if I manage my risk properly. But I did have a nice $660 day on that the Tradeify account, so that's nice. Need to get that up to 52.5, I believe, and then we can withdraw some money there. So anyway, good start. The trade today, that was a trade from last night, and then the trade today, obviously we just looked at that on the Dow Jones. Basically, let me talk through this for a minute. So I had not had this level charted. This was not charted this morning. And as I looked at the market, I opened my charts around 11. It might have been 10:45 or something like that. We were somewhere right around these highs. And I was really looking for the market to break and get a retest above the prior day high. That's really what I wanted, the break and retest of PDH. That's my classic trade, the trade I really like. And we just couldn't get it. We couldn't get it. And I started paying attention to this, and this as this started to develop. I was like, what's going on here? And so when I went back to and this is why it's so important for me to zoom out, when I went back to the hourly chart and I looked, I was like, this is these highs from, let's see, today is Tuesday, Monday, Friday, last Thursday and Wednesday. Thursday highs from last week is where we were retesting. And look at this. Look at the overnight session. We had held below and then we flipped. And I was like, well, man, that is a bullish move. Let's chart that and take a look. And of course, that's right where this was at. So I said, I'm getting in, stop below these lows. And I got to the first profit target, moved my stop up to this lower wick. And we just started to stutter. And then at that point in time, we were also seeing a bit of a slowdown and kind of that sluggish move that you sometimes see on NQ. When you have one of these trending days, sometimes you get the market gets a little tired, if you will, kind of pulls back, and it's either going to catch its breath and continue, or it's going to completely roll over. And I just didn't want to risk the rollover and have my account go back to red today, which it probably wouldn't have. But I was like, you know what? I'm getting out of here with a 1 hour trade. I'm just going to take my profits. I took another contract off and then moved my stop up on this pullback and just got out of that trade. So ended up being like after commissions, I think I might have been at like $45 in the Apex accounts. But I did end up with almost $100 on the take profit, and then obviously added to my trade from last night on the Tradeify. So anyway, that was the trade there. I also passed this Lucid account this morning. I did not trade it. I just passed it. I think I passed it on this trade is when I passed it. So yeah, because I only took one trade this morning. It was just this one. That's evals, PF, everything. I just took the one trade. So I passed that account on that move, and I just haven't taken a trade since. As a matter of fact, I locked myself out of all my accounts. Had a nice little morning, and last night again on the evals, I don't have that many left, but on the Apex accounts, we've got 2 of them just above 2,000 in profit. The upper one there is about 1,500 in profit, and then the 150Ks we're getting close to 5,000. And then I've got one more Lucid account that's over 2,000 in profit. Matter of fact, that one's actually 2,600, so that one's getting really close to being passed, about 300 and some bucks away. And then I've got a Tradeify account that's at 51.8, so 1,800. I need to get that one up to 25. So we should be able to pass those within the next couple of weeks. And yeah, I'm going to just follow the same script. We're going to just add those here, and the Tradeifys are going to be traded at 3x, and the Lucid accounts at 2x with my take profits. And we just keep pushing this thing along to payout. So that is awesome. Looking at TradeZella, here's the month. We're up 14 grand on the month, which is sweet. So really what happened yesterday with that move or that trade in the overnight session, it turned yesterday into a $6,500 profit day, and today we have a $1,300 profit day. So that's a green Christmas, and I am happy to go into the Christmas holiday with that. I am not going to trade tomorrow. And obviously the market's closed on Christmas Day, and I'm probably not going to trade on Friday. So maybe next week we'll see how the market looks. But I really don't need to trade much more as we get into January and try to push these accounts. So anyway, that's that. So this is probably going to be my last update until after Christmas for sure. So just a reminder that the Apex sale is ending today, so don't forget about that. The take profit sale is still going on. So again, just a big thank you to those of you that use code BCT and support the channel. Appreciate that. And those of you that are just hanging out here, we appreciate you guys as well. If you're new here, hit the like and subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 500 subs. We're getting really close. And once we get there, we will be doing a take profit trader eval giveaway. So I'll announce more details of that once we get to the 500. And yeah, so help me get there, and we'll go from there. So have a Merry Christmas, and we will catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.